Steph. Steph, can you let everybody know on my Telegram that I'm live, baby? If you guys are on my Telegram, let them know that I'm going live. I forgot to announce that I was going live today. How y'all doing? Yeah, no music, baby. Just waiting for some more people to get up on here. Yes, Auntie's up early, baby. Auntie's up on his live doing a live early. If any of you guys are on my Telegram channel, please let everybody know that I'm live. I forgot to post it before I got on here. Thank you, baby. Thank you for the compliment about the glow, honey. I think I'm gonna start doing these in the morning. First time catching live. Still vibing off the elder dancing in my last post. I'm doing great, baby. I'm doing great. Alright, so I got enough of y'all. I want everybody else will catch up when it's time for them to catch up. But I want to have a conversation with you about traitorous agents. That's what the title of this live is called. It's called Traitorous Agents. And the reason why I'm going to have this conversation is because you guys know that I've been spitting out a lot of new information in terms of universal consciousness, cosmic consciousness. Okay? But we got to talk about these agents. Now, I'm going to have to really call it out and address it for what it is because it needs to be said. All right. This is going to be truly a teachable moment for a lot of us today on this call. All right. But I'm getting a little sick and tired of these agents or these individuals who are afraid to know anything about their past because they think it's going to offend a few. Okay? And I'm tired of the people that look just like us that are on this same shit because you bitches be the same motherfuckers that be on that bullshit. And I'm going to say it just like that. I'm tired of y'all. Get up off my page. If you are afraid to sit up here and learn something about yourself because you're afraid about what that artificial is going to think, get your ass up off my page. Because anybody that's been a part of my page for a long time knows that I'm always going to speak truth. Now, let me explain something to you, because I know you don't know any better. In order for people to fully activate, you first must know thyself. That don't mean that you know parts of yourself. That don't mean that you know pieces of yourself. You don't get to, I'm going to pretend like I don't know this over here, and then I'm going to jump over here and the cosmic conscious over here. No, baby, that's not the way that's going to work. Because see, honey, the first thing you're going to have to deal with, you're going to have to deal with your damn shadow. Okay? You're going to have to deal with your shadow. Okay? And the shadow means that you're going to have to learn all aspects of you, not only in this lifetime, but all the lifetimes before you. When you're incarnated many times, you have to learn about those aspects about yourself. So when you sit up here and you make dumbass comments on my page like, oh, this is causing division. How is learning about your history causing division? And why the hell would you even give a damn in terms of worrying about the other? See, that's the problem with our people. You so damn worried about what somebody else thinks, and I'm sitting up here trying to heal y'all and show y'all that you are not a victim. And you never were a victim. You was given a narrative. A narrative that kept you in a state of victimhood and kept you in a state of fear because you thought something totally different. Growing up and learning something in a school system based upon white racist supremacy. It is what it is. I'm going to address it. Now, to the white folks that's on here, this is not for you. Stay out of the conversation. Sit your ass in the corner over here. I'm not talking to you. This ain't got nothing to do with you right now. This is about me getting my people together. And see, once I get my people together, then we can come back around and we can deal with some other shit. But right now, this ain't about y'all. Sit your asses down, keep your mouth closed. This ain't the conversation for you. Because y'all done did enough shit. And you don't get to, oh, we're just going to go ahead and hope you forget about what we did. You don't get to do that. Sit your ass in the corner. Now, let me get back to my people. Okay? Let me get back to my people. I don't want to hear, and I suggest y'all get on here and you start chin checking. I don't want to hear, don't talk about what we done did back in the day, even though your ass didn't know nothing about what was going on back in the day. You're afraid of your own damn greatness and you think you're going to jump to cosmic consciousness? How you going to tap into your abilities the way that you should on a much more grander level when you still operating out of fear and what somebody else thinks? So you got to come to a point in your life where you don't give a damn about what somebody else thinks. You got to become centered. You can't be afraid of that. To be afraid of your past means you're afraid of yourself, means you're afraid of your shadow, in which case you're not going to get to the level that you should get to. You think that just because you done tapped into a couple little abilities, that's it? No, sweetheart. You actually have the ability to get all the way to your God state of mind. Well, when you speak something, it begins to start manifesting. You know, like whenever I activate and start sending you guys energy and you guys start feeling that activation come through because I'm using my mind to send that energy to y'all to activate that. But I'm tired of y'all identifying with shit that's not a part of you. And I'm tired of y'all coming at folks who are trying to school our people and educate them. You are an agent. Period. And I'm going to tell y'all something about these damn agents. See, when you start getting into higher cosmic consciousness and you start becoming more aware of the matrix. See, the matrix will send agents out. And these are individuals that are being used by the matrix and don't even realize they're being used by the matrix. So that's the thing. Some of y'all Agent Smiths out here don't even realize you're an Agent Smith. But I see it. And I'm going to call you out on your shit when I see it. You don't have the right. And you don't get to come up in here and talk shit on my page. Bitch, be gone. This is my house. Period. And for you agents in this chat room, don't play with me. I suggest you not play with me today, baby. Because it just takes a thought. Is that real? It just takes a thought. I am here to activate your consciousness. I am here to activate that divine cosmic energy. I am accessing the divine feminine energy. I am accessing the cosmic mothers. I am accessing God. So when you Negroes get up here and you get to talking your crazy ass shit, that mundane ass shit that don't mean nothing, and you think you're going to come up in here and you think you're going to be interrupting some shit, I will melt you. Seriously, melt you. Get your ass up out of here. This is for my people. And I stand for my people. And if you motherfuckers don't feel comfortable about it, bounce. This ain't for you. Once my people get together and they understand who they are, then they have no reason to entertain fear. It is because these things that they don't know nothing about that they operate in fear. And then fear makes them go out here and destroy themselves because they think that they're victims when they're not victims. You are not a victim. I'm going to post some more stuff about the Geek Chagall Awards so you guys learn more about who and what you are. Because you are the original American Indian. Make sure you're clear about that. Yes, some of you guys did have African in your bloodline through slavery. Yes, that did occur. So you have some African in you too. Some of us do have African in us. But make no mistake, the majority of your bloodline comes from these lands right here. So you are American Indians. So you want to talk about who got your ass freed? We got our asses freed. That needs to be talked about. You don't like it? Bounce. Bounce. Aboriginal Indigenous, thank you. Bounce. Feathers up for all my people. Feathers up to y'all. And we've been rocking feathers up since Egypt, since Atlantis, since Lemuria. We've been rocking that. You guys got to know about who you are and what you are. You can't be out here talking about you want to get into a state of Godhood and then you don't want to address the past. You have to address it. You have to confront it. You have to integrate it so that way you understand what you are, and then you're not going to be operating in fear. Then you realize that the boogeyman ain't out here to get your asses, or the boogeyman can't touch your asses. They're more afraid of that history repeating itself than anything else. And that's the reason why you see these damn police shootings and killings out here. Because they scared. You see, they haven't forgot it. It's embedded within them not to forget. We the only ones that walk around out here on some I want to forget and act like this, that, and third. And I'm going to focus on my capabilities and all that. And let me tell you something else. Some of you goddamn artificials out here, leave my goddamn people alone with that bullshit. Y'all be sitting up here talking about, oh, we got gifts and we're all focusing on this and all is right with the world and blah, 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 blah. All is right with the world for you. My people are still hurting in certain aspects that have to be addressed, and I'm here to heal them. And once my people are healed, then we can come back around and we can have a conversation with you about the shit you want. But right now, I ain't trying to hear shit you talking about right now because it's easier for you that we forget. Because you don't want history repeating itself. I get it. But that's not where I'm at with the shit. If you are ashamed about your history, you are an agent. If you're afraid to learn about your past, you are an agent. Period. If you want to come up here and tell people forget about your past and let's not talk about that and let's focus on this, you are an agent. You want to cover everything up because you're afraid of what them people going to think about you if we talk about it. Y'all should already know I don't give a damn about what anybody else thinks. Take your scary ass on. You drinking the Kool-Aid still. You still ain't came into you still in the Matrix with that shit. I'm here to teach you how to maneuver around the Matrix. But in order for that to happen, you got to come into full power and knowledge. You have to come into the knowledge first, then you come into full power second. But that ain't going to happen until you get the knowledge first. Period. You got to know the greatness in which you come from. You got to know the stock in which you come from. You got to know this, people. We've been lied to. We've been traumatized based upon those lies. And most of us fell for that narrative. And that's why a lot of y'all are in a state of victimhood. Because you think you're helpless. You're not a helpless people. You never were a helpless people. You never were. You have folks out here thinking we soft. We not soft. We never were soft. But some of y'all bought into a narrative out here. And see, with this generation, see, I'm speaking to this younger generation, the ones that don't give a damn. I ain't talking about to you. I'm not talking to you scary ass niggas out here. I'm not talking to y'all with your scary asses. Oh, I'm afraid of this and this, that, and the third. And if you went back and you studied about who you were and you went ahead and you unlocked your mind and you said, show me who I was many, many lifetimes ago. Show me who I was back in these days. Show me the true history about my people so you can begin to start getting a sense of pride about yourself. You can get a sense of dignity about yourself. You get a sense of respect about yourself. Therefore, you'll start respecting one another. You don't want to do that. Y'all want to be over here like, oh, just pretend like we did. It's roses and flowers over here. And I was able to do some telekinesis today. And I was able to do this too. And I was able to turn on some lights and shit with my mind. Oh my God. I'm being visited by some aliens and shit, and they're communicating to me. Do you think that the Anunnaki would ever forget about their past? Dummies. Some of the greatest warriors in the galaxy. Do you think that? We're the only people on Earth that is afraid to connect to who we are, because you fell for a program that was placed inside your mind, and that's exactly what it is. It is a program. You remember I did a live about a month or two ago when I told you about deleting the program? Okay, so what we're going to do today, baby, is we're going to delete that. We're going to delete not knowing who we are. We're going to delete that program. We're going to delete the programs that was stealing us by those artificials. We're going to delete all that shit. All of that. We're going to delete the energy of helplessness. We're going to delete the energy of powerlessness. We're going to delete the energy of fear from that. We're going to delete all that energy. Because let me tell you something. They're running the same narrative that they've always ran every year after year after year after year. Police killings take place. Everybody begins to start rioting. Everybody's afraid of police. Niggas over here having heart attacks because they see police. All that type of shit. Right? Remember that? Delete that shit up out your mind and think about what your cosmic ancestors would have done in that situation. Because see, the way I see this is about survival of the fittest. And a species has to know how to defend itself. Because if a species doesn't know how to defend itself, then it will go extinct. So you niggas better come up out your shit and wake the hell up from that damn fear. All you gotta do is close your mind. For those of you that are new to this, close your mind, close your eyes. Go to the greatest fears that you have as it pertains to you as an individual living in America, as an indigenous person living in America. And I want you to think about all the things that scare the shit out of you. And I want you to start deleting the program. Delete it all. Delete the energy around it. Delete the fear from it. Because let me tell y'all something. If you truly understood that you're a being that lives forever, you have no reason to fear anything. Once you come into that full knowing that you live forever, all that police shooting and shit like that goes down, that shit stops. Because there won't be any more people standing around watching the police harm another one of our own. It's going to be niggas mobbing up on these niggas and fucking their asses up. That's what it's going to be. And it's going to be consistent. At J Divine, it ain't got nothing to do with faith. It ain't got nothing to do with belief. It's got everything to do with being in the know. And once you know who you are, then you go into a God state of mind. You must know thyself. Know who you are. Know the power that you possess. Know who your ancestors are. Know who your cosmic ancestors are. Know that you come from the divine. Know that you are the divine. Know that you are a part of the divine. Know thyself. And then, and only then, will you be able to understand that all this shit out here is a goddamn program. And every time you see a cop doing some shit, that's an Agent Smith. Agent Smith. We don't walk in faith. We don't walk in belief. Because all that shit means you don't know shit. That's all that means. We now walk in the know. God's walk in the know. Period. You guys understand that there's always going to be, the Matrix is going to give you crazy distraction. That's all you're seeing right now. You want to know why? Because of cosmic divine consciousness. The sun and the radiation is waking a lot of us up. A lot of you guys are coming online. What's your capabilities? This is why they're pushing certain agendas to stop and deter that. Okay? One agenda is fear. Second agenda is to physically destroy you. Okay? By making you think that you're going to die of something that you're not going to die from. A virus. When you hear them use the word virus, I want you to look at this from a whole different perspective here, because you are a quantum physics biological computer created by your cosmic ancestors. So when you think of a virus, I want you to look at it totally differently now. Okay? I want you to look at this totally differently now. When you hear them use the word virus, that's the matrix coming down. Virus. You need this, you need that in order for you to heal from this and heal from that. Blah, 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 blah. The virus is going to get you. It is a program. So think of a computer. When a computer gets a virus, what does that virus do to a computer? Okay? But they want to make you believe that you are not stronger than that virus. So they put you into a state of fear, thinking that you need to go get something else outside of yourself to heal yourself when it's not true. When simply, the simple remedy to it all is the sun. That is your power generator, is the sun to all of our bodies. The sun is a generator, and it will regenerate. It will regenerate you. Always been strong. And these little coils we got at the top of our head, you see little curlies? Look in the mirror and look at your coils. Look at those antennas to the sun. Look at those antennas that can communicate to the generator. Open up your divine cosmic consciousness and tell them to download a programming of healing for your body. Very simple thing to do. It's not complicated. But see, you guys are still operating in beliefs and faith and shit. Thinking that you're going to accomplish something. Your beliefs and faith. I believe this. I have faith in this. You still don't know? All y'all got to do to heal your body, and this is the secret that they don't want you to know. If you want to heal your body, sit out in the sun. It is a power generator. It will actually help you create vitamin D in your body. It will boost your immune system. It will heal you from any sicknesses that you get. Okay? Any sicknesses that you come upon, sit out in the sun. It will destroy anything that they're out here making. They don't have nothing strong enough to fight the sun. They want to make you believe that they got something strong enough to fight the sun. They want you to buy into their narrative. But see, God knows the bullshit when it comes and when it's being said and when it's being fed and when the lies are being said. Remember, I had this conversation and said, haven't you guys noticed that your ears are getting more keener where you can actually hear the lie when it's being told? You can actually hear it. You can hear the lie. Any answer that you ever want to know about yourself comes from within. Now, for some of y'all that don't understand, well, what do you mean? I don't understand this. I've heard this saying before, come from within. I don't get it. I don't understand it. Well, let me break it down for you. Each body has a fractal of the many incarnations that you've had. Whether it was an incarnation coming from Sirius, if it was an incarnation coming from Andromeda, if it was an incarnation that came from someplace else, and even the many incarnations that you had when you were here on the earth. You also have the many incarnations when you were different beings, not just human. And a lot of y'all ain't human anyway. You guys really need to start reading more about Atlantis, because what you'll start finding out about Atlantis is that there was many different types of beings in Atlantis. I don't think there was a single human in Atlantis. So when you want to access that, you tell your program, A chakra, you tell this computer, allow me to access the time period when I was an Anunnaki. And if there's any Anunnaki bloodline within me, or any way for me to connect to that cosmic energetic line, if you hear me, I ask that you come forth and give me some information and give me some downloads, because I need some information. Y'all should also be taking your monatomic gold. Open up your mind. Remove the filters. There's a lot of information that is coming to you guys that is revealing a lot of different things about you. But we have got to get past the state of fear, because there is a war that is taking place and another war that is coming. And if you don't get rid of this fear, and if you don't understand the greatness of which you come from, how are you going to fight this war? Because this war is going to be total and 100% spiritual. It already is spiritual. And it can manifest itself into the physical, depending on your belief in it and depending on how real you think this shit is. Every last one of you guys have the power and the ability to change your reality at will. Every single last one of y'all. But you are not a victim to your circumstances. You think that you are. You think that you're a victim to your circumstances. You think that's what you are. There are many different... Start researching about how to clear your karma. I do quantum karmic cleansings where I go back into the timelines, but that's one of the things that I do, okay, as a practitioner and as a priest, okay? But there are plenty of sources and information out there where you can begin to start doing some research and see what resonates with you and begin to start hiring people to help you clear a lot of this karma from your past that's holding you back. Because as long as you have that heavy energy of karma over you, you're not going to be able to accelerate to the levels of higher consciousness that you're supposed to receive. What it does is, it's not that you can't receive it, but it may take you 40 years to get there, where if you would have cleared out the karma, you'd have got there just like that. So, I need you guys to understand, you must know who you are. And I'm going to stay on this theme for just a little bit. I'm going to stay on this theme for a little bit. When I get off here, I'm going to post some more information about the Geechee and the Seminole Wars. I'm going to post some more information about that, because you guys need to know where you come from. You need to know who you really are. You need to really tap into that. There are certain programs, digital programs that you can actually access and have it downloaded into your body and into your mind. Okay? To receive certain information. There are even unlock codes that unlock different parts of your brain. There are certain codes that can unlock different parts of your DNA. Okay? But in order for you to get to that access, you got to deal with the karma. And then once you show that you're strong enough to really face yourself, really face yourself, then greater gifts will come down upon you, or other openings or other activations will take place within your mind, body, and soul. Okay? Other activations will come in place. Let me tell you something. The Matrix needs you down. The Matrix needs you dumb. The Matrix needs you stupid. That's what the Matrix needs you to be, because as long as you're that, then you're not going to help other people get free. The Matrix don't want nobody getting free from nothing. Yes, we have the Grabovoi codes, but let me put you up on game about that. That's some powerful information right there. I actually sat in the class with a young lady that was on Telegram that actually was teaching about the Grabovoi codes, how to use the codes, etc., etc., etc. Very dope course. Now, After that information came, I got other information coming down. You know, I be seeing the numbers and all that shit now, so it's kind of crazy. But nonetheless, I got other information where I was starting to receive my own codes, specifically for my cosmic body and energy. So each of us have our own set of codes that work best for us. Okay? We have our own set of codes. All you have to do is put a request to receive those codes. Or if your mind's open, you can receive those codes. And if you start getting numbers that are hitting you on a consistent basis, if you're starting to get 5 and 6 and 7 digit numbers that are hitting you on a consistent basis, make sure you get up and write those numbers down, because those numbers belong to you. It's specifically to your being. Okay? You see purple chakras floating on you, honey? If you guys are starting to see the numbers, pay attention to the numbers. Now, you're going to see the 3-digit numbers whenever you're being communicated to by the angelic beings, okay? They're giving you messages. But these particular codes I'm talking about are at least 5 to 7 digit codes. Possibly 8 numbers. If you start getting those codes, if you start getting those numbers, those are the numbers I'm talking about in terms of those that are specifically for your quantum body. Yeah, I was just talking about the Telegram. I was talking about that. And you know what? I'm going to actually come and invite her on. I might even see if she'll want to get on my Instagram so I can do a live about the Gabrovi codes. These are actual quantum physics codes that you can utilize to push into your body, or utilize for different functions that you may need assistance with. One of the things I paid attention to the most, though, since this information has been really coming out amongst our people, is money. Money. Number one focus I've seen. Not health, not growing in consciousness, not other things that can help you out. It's just money. Let me explain something to y'all about that. The more you start to realize that money is nothing more than an energy, it's not about the tangible thing that you have in your hand. It's about the energy of currency, or the current. When you guys start understanding this, then you won't be so thirsty for it in the manner that you are. See, that's lower chakra shit. That's 3D shit. Not to say that you don't need money to survive, and not to say that you don't need money to be comfortable. Of course I want my people to be comfortable. But for some people, it is the sole motivating factor for most. Even for those that have money, it is a sole motivating factor for most. And when you start getting focused on that too much, you start dealing with the lower chakra, the base chakra. Okay? You want to start raising your consciousness, because once your consciousness is raised, you'll understand exactly what the energy of what that energy is, and you'll be able to call it to you at will. Okay? You'll be able to call it to you at will. Yes, it applies for Africans. It applies for everybody. Everybody on the planet. It doesn't matter what your skin color. That's irrelevant. It applies to everybody. My thing is that I would want to have a great sense of well-being, a great sense of health. You know, if I'm using those codes, that would be the only thing that I would focus on, is specifically those things. As good well-being and excellent health. And you can take those codes and you actually can help others as well, where you can actually insert those codes with their permission, of course, where you can actually insert those codes into the individual body and begin to start helping those people. Okay? These are codes that actually come from the matrix, because you are a part of the matrix. If you understand that this is a digital world and you're rolled to the digital world, or this hologram. Okay? But there's going to come to a point where you'll start having your own codes downloaded and you can access these codes at will. You can literally say, okay, I'm going to call down this number right here and I need this to do X, Y, and Z. See, I deal with things a lot differently than most people do textbook style, right? I deal with it a lot differently. And I am a master manifester, so I know how to pull that energy to me. I'll just pull it. Like I'll literally just pull it down. When I want money, I will literally pull it from the universe and utilize it for what I need to utilize it for. I will literally speak it and call it into my existence immediately. Money is connected to soul selling. Money is connected to everything. Money is not a bad thing. Money is just a commodity. It's your belief in it that makes it valuable. Nothing else. Like, imagine if time was valuable. Time could literally become a currency. That's the type of time I'm on. How to turn time into a value and into a currency. Time. Okay? It is your perception of it. That is correct. Anybody, and listen, you see this crystal right here? I stay having crystals around. You see this crystal right here? This crystal, if you believe that this crystal was worth $1 million, then the crystal is worth $1 million. It is about your belief in it. Time is going to be the new currency in the future. It's going to be time. It isn't going to be anything tangible. It's going to be time. It is the information that's been coming down from the ethers about how to monetize time. Time is a currency in 5D. Boom. And if you really think about it, for those of you that are actually working a 9-to-5 job, and these people are telling you that your time is computed to about $9.50 an hour. And so people are paying you, or companies are paying you $9.50 an hour of your time to work for them. The question you have to ask yourself is, with you knowing the type of being that you are, is that 1 hour of your time worth $9.50 for an hour of your time? What are you worth to an hour to somebody else? What is your time worth? What is an hour worth of your time? What is it worth to you? Time is the currency, guys. It is the currency. It's time. But now it's going to become more and more prevalent when you understand about a quantum physics monetary system that's about to be put in place, and I'm very much aware about. And what it's going to do is it's going to take out the competition and these corporations in terms of how they do things. They're going to have to adjust to some shit. Because the minute that people start realizing their value, they start truly realizing their value of their energy output. And they start really realizing their value of their energy output, a lot of these companies will not exist anymore. But the consciousness has got to remove from, I got to depend on something outside of myself for my survival. That has to be removed. A lot of us are already being forced to actually value our time more than anything. When we went through that lockdown last year, that was something I became very much aware of. It became very clear to me the value. And even though I've been an entrepreneur for almost 20 years, it became very prevalent to me and very clear to me during that pandemic when I was able to sit still and really look at some things from a different perspective. Okay? So when you see people out here charging rates and things like that they charge because they understand the value of their time, and you can't be mad at that. Cali, I'm in rock. I hear you on that. But that's not, I'm saying this, I'm on some other shit with that. You got to understand you're an alchemist. You are an alchemist. And if you understand that you're an alchemist, then you understand what to do with time. Alchemy. You don't become a victim of time. Time now becomes a commodity for you. Okay? And in certain dimensions, time does exist. In other dimensions, it does not. But as long as you're operating in this particular realm that we're operating in, which time does exist at this point in time, you got to learn how to monetize it the proper way. You got to put it into the quantum realm. Okay? I'm teaching you how to begin to start valuing your energy output, how you start actually valuing your energy output in a way that you can actually utilize it to help you become independent of this system. It's now you control how you're going to use your time. You control that because it still needs you. Why do you think they're out here creating all these damn robots? Why do you think they're out here creating all this AI shit? Because they already know that a lot of us are coming into this consciousness of knowing about what I'm talking about. They already know. It all begins with us. Yes, it does. And it also all begins with knowing. You got to be in the know. So I had to get up on here this morning and I had to straighten some of y'all out with the extra shit. Cause I see some of these comments, and y'all got to understand that the way I'm operating and where my consciousness is at this point in time, and as it continues to keep developing and growing, there's just a lot of shit that's being talked about that has no relevance to nothing. And I don't mean that as a disrespect to you. I mean that as, if you're going to be on my channel, you got to understand that I'm going to challenge you every step of the way. It is to help you grow, not to help you stay in the same space you've been at for the last 2-3 years talking about the same shit. Some of y'all still caught up in the matrix and wondering what the government's doing. Some of y'all still caught up in the matrix about these vaccines and all that bullshit. Y'all should already see the programs for what they are. Now what? Y'all should have already graduated from those distractions already. Now what? How much time are you putting into developing yourself? How much time are you putting into developing your cosmic consciousness? How much time are you putting into doing meditation? How much time are you putting into really just getting into self and accessing information and getting knowledge from self? How much time are you putting into that? Y'all more worried about what the hell going on out here instead of being concerned about what the hell's going on up in here. You can't develop if you out here worrying about this shit out here that really has no relevance to you whatsoever. See, I keep telling y'all, the more you keep tapping into certain energies, the more you're going to attract a certain kind of experience to you because you're a magnetic being. So you're going to attract that to you. It's going to come back to self. Y'all want to get access to that divine cosmic consciousness? Y'all want to tap into that divine feminine? Y'all want to get true access to that power? You got to go inward. You got to go inward. Some of y'all do this via meditation. That's good. Some of y'all do this by reading books. That's great. Just go beyond the books. Get the books, because the books will give you a mainframe about some shit. It'll give you a mainframe, but just keep in mind that's still somebody else's perspective. Keep that in mind. That's somebody else's perspective on how they process the information. And not everything that's being disseminated, depending on who the authors are, is going to give you the real information. So this is where you go inward and you start finding out the truth about what really went down. That's what I did with the Emerald Tablets. That's what I did when I wanted to access the energy of the knowledge of the Emerald Tablets, and I wanted to tap into Tahuti. I channeled Tahuti and had a straight up conversation with him about what happened with Atlantis. This is the shit that I'm talking about. If you want to know the truth, you can tap into that Atlantean side of you and ask to access that program to get access to that information, and you will be shown what happened. If you saw the Ark, fam, if you saw the Ark of the Covenant, I'm going to tell y'all right now, if y'all seriously think that thing is actually on the earth and the marriage you think it is, the joke was on you. I hope it was in a dream, baby. If you saw the Ark of the Covenant, honey. Because I can tell you right now, it's not what the hell they think it is. Spend a lot of time in nature. That's definitely a thing that should be done. Spend a lot of time in nature. But I want you to really start connecting and pulling in those universal energies and tapping into those many different fractals that was within your cosmic body and start learning more information. That's what I want you to do. Now, to you agents out here, because you know I started off like this. You agents, you naysayers, detractors, distractors, scary asses, the ones who want to forget about where they come from. It's going to be a problem for you. It's going to be a problem for you. When y'all see these agents out here, when y'all see those detractors out here, check their asses. Check them. I want to make sure I gave you that information so I could address that shit because I'm tired of seeing it. I don't want no scary ass energy making comments on my page about shit. I don't like that type of energy. It rubs me the wrong way. I don't like scary energy. That shit makes me feel uncomfortable. Someone says, should we delete our social media? If social media affects you to the level where you feel like you need to delete it, then delete it. If it affects you on that level. I utilize social media to get access to the masses, to get my information and my messages out there. I use social media for that. So it's all about what you think social media is and the role that it plays in your life. That's really what it's about. Because there's times where I'll go days where I'm not on here. I don't give a damn. The way I see it is, y'all still be here. I'll be back. See, the problem is a lot of people have allowed this to even, they've allowed these things, they allowed themselves to become a slave to this type of shit. This is all about alchemy. It's about how you choose to use these platforms. I got a different mission going on. I am at peace. That vacation did me good. But not only that, there's been a lot. Let me tell you, let me share something with y'all. When I came back from vacation, right? I really was dreading it because I knew I had to get back into the rat race and I really wasn't feeling it at all. It literally was like, as soon as I let people know that I was back, it was like flooding of people. You know, I'm pretty much booked 5 days a week all throughout the damn day. Okay, it's ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? The amount of people that I help on a regular basis, the amount of work I'm putting in on a regular basis, not to mention you guys know I also have my business that I run as far as my store. Not to mention I'm still teaching status correction. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot going on. And then on top of that, the mediumship aspect, I'm opening up that aspect to help people as well, for those who communicate with their past loved ones. And also to access other information, because I'm in cosmic schooling right now. Cosmic schooling. This is whenever you call down your ancient ancestors from the different incarnations that you got access to, and you start tapping into them elders, and you tell them that you're ready to be the student to learn more about the world and universe, and they start dropping knowledge and science on your ass. And you start reading these damn other kind of ethereal books and shit like that. See, this is the kind of conversations that I'm going to have with y'all in the future, because I don't want to lose some of y'all. I don't want to, but there just like you access the what do you call it, the Akashic records. You can access the Akashic records, right? We've always known about this. There's also other cosmic records and also cosmic libraries that you can get access to. Okay, to get information. All right, and one thing I will say is that there's a lot of narratives that's been put out there that we've been fed a whole lot of bullshit. I'm gonna tell y'all that right now. For some of you Negroes that's got access, that's got issues with the divine feminine energy, you guys are gonna have a hard damn time. You guys are gonna have a hell of a hard time. You're gonna have a hard time. You hate the woman. You hate the divine feminine energy. Well, I sure hate it for you. Because that's the energy that's always been running the show. Okay? And one thing I want to tell y'all about something. Exactly as it's told to me. Only in this realm do people do not respect order. But order will be respected and shall be respected. Okay, honey? So as you get up there in higher consciousness, you're going to find out more and more truths about that. And order shall be not only respected, but order shall be restored. And it's a no-nonsense type of energy when we start talking about the divine. Okay, babies? And some of you Negroes ain't ready for that shit. Because you're on your patriarchy bullshit. Because you hate where you came from. Well, I'm going to tell you something, babies. You're going to end up destroying yourselves with that bullshit right there. You're going to destroy yourselves. Because the divine feminine energy is loving. The great mothers are loving. They're kind. But they are straight, pure, 100% destruction. And they're waking their daughters up. And they're waking those up as far as the men who know how to tap into that energy and balance themselves out. But when you start talking about power, it comes only from the God source. And that God source comes from the divine cosmic mothers. Okay? That is God. Some of y'all ain't ready to hear that shit because you've been told about it. He, and his, and he, and his, and his, and he, and his. Well, that's a bunch of bullshit. I'm here to smash your damn reality. That's a bunch of bullshit. It's a lie. Some of you Negroes need to go get some healing done and go get your damn, go on ahead and get your karma cleansed up to find out why you got issues. Find out, because some of that shit goes deep with y'all. And what y'all don't realize is that you had issues even in the past lifetime. So you got to get some of that shit cleaned up. You got to get all of it cleaned up. Okay? Because when I tell you the divine cosmic mothers are waking up and activating their daughters on a whole nother level, see, then you will begin to understand why they hate, quote unquote, the black woman so much, or the indigenous universal cosmic goddess. You'll understand why that is. Because we possess the power. And we can change a lot of shit. Now, for the men, should you choose to respect the order of things, you get access to the same power. Should you not, I hate it for you. I hate it for you. The real kings know truth about this. And they know that there is no other power. There is no other godlike power other than the divine feminine. It doesn't exist. Now, do you need to have the divine masculine? Of course, to create balance. But I want to make sure you guys are clear about something. You need to be clear about something. Especially now as we continue into the age of Aquarius and some of us are becoming more and more spiritual, and so many of us are becoming more and more cosmic, you begin to start realizing that birth comes from those cosmic divine mothers. And until you come to an absolute respect of order of things, you will get your ass whooped. Period. And some of the greatest teachers out here will tell you that. The mothers are waking up her children. This is the age of knowing. Aquarius is most definitely the age of knowing. They say the apocalypse, Revelation, it is the age of knowing. See, I'm gonna do a live specifically about that. Because the Divine Cosmic Mothers wants me to give y'all some information about that, because some of y'all need to be schooled about the true order of things, and some of y'all ain't gonna be ready for that, but I don't care. It's about coming into a knowledge of a certain truth so you can get access to what you need to get access to, so you can do the job that you're supposed to do, so you can understand why you came back from the future into the past to correct some things. And a lot of us have done so. But there is order, and you shall respect the order of things. There is order. They done everything they could to downplay the woman. They done everything they could, even teaching you from the sexual positions. See, y'all niggas ain't ready for this shit. See, let me put y'all up on game about something. Before there was Adam and Eve, there was an Adam and Lilith. Okay, honey? When Adam wanted to have sex with Lilith in a missionary style, Lilith said, hell nah, I ain't doing that. She got up and ran and got the hell on. And when she was found, they asked her, why did you leave the garden? Because he wanted me to submit to him. And that's not what I'm here to do. Then came Eve, and Eve was made to submit to him. Make sure you're clear who Lilith is and who Eve is. Make sure you're clear. You Negroes ain't ready for this shit. Y'all not ready for this. See, true divine feminine, those who are tapped into that God energy just a little bit, when we see the bullshit coming from some of our men, we're going to shut your ass down. A lot of y'all think it's because of something else. It's no, because we see that things are out of fucking order. Get your ass in order. But see, y'all not ready for this conversation. It's going to get too deep for some of y'all. But the kings out here that really know, let me tell y'all something. A king didn't become a king in Egypt, or a pharaoh didn't become a pharaoh in Egypt unless the queen mother approved it. He got his power and his magic from the queen mother. Make sure you're clear about that. It didn't come from no other place. And the minute that imbalance was put in place, now you see what's happening. Destruction. I'm just touching on a little bit about the divine feminine. A little bit about it. Order shall be restored, whether you like it or you don't. All that bullshit they taught you in the religion is a bunch of bullshit to hide. Well, Rome was so damn scared of them damn symbols, they had to build a whole Vatican over the damn thing. Because they got access to those women. How you think they was able to stay in power? Because they are the undead to this day. They had that kind of power to control all of humanity because they were accessing the Sibyls and their power. And they did the same thing in Mecca. They did the same thing in Mecca. When they and destroyed. See, back in the day, it was a matriarch world. Then it became a patriarch world. Because some of the dudes were jealous. Well, guess what? That's falling away. That's falling away. Order shall be restored. Now, if you think it's a game, you keep thinking it's a game out here. Because I see some things coming. Things are already happening among your queens. Y'all better understand that. And understand that after a while, some of y'all are going to start seeing and experiencing some things. And you're not going to understand why you're seeing and experiencing these things. But I'm going to tell y'all something. There is a reason why the hatred is so serious on the divine black woman from our men and from everybody else around the world. Because they know what we have access to. And they're scared to death of it. Scared to death of it. The masculine energy brings us balance. But you Negroes, but that energy was never supposed to take over nothing. The creation energy comes from the divine feminine. Birth comes from the divine feminine. When your child says he knows God, he knows his mama. And if that child don't know his mama, he don't know God. Period. Y'all been out of pocket. A lot of y'all been out of pocket. You can't run from what you came from and what you was born from. It is what it is. And until your penis gets a coochie, and you know they doing that nowadays. They doing that now. But that's not natural. But if you're not boring children, if you're not carrying that child in the womb, if you can't produce that divine cosmic darkness, you're out of order. You're out of order. Shout out to all my queens and kings out here that know what time it is and know the knowledge that I speak of. Because the mothers want that message to be known. The order is going to be restored. All praises due to the goddesses of the universe. The cosmic goddesses, the earthly goddesses, the water goddesses. All praises due. Get out here and start giving respect, okay, to those divine goddesses out here and watch how your life change. I didn't say worship. I said give honor and respect. There is a difference. Religion taught you to worship something. You were never supposed to do that. And for you Christian folks, Jesus told your asses not to do that. But you didn't listen. Or for my people who are listening right now that got the ear to hear, if you want your life to become an order, start honoring that which is in order. Start honoring that. And watch your life change. Give respect. to that divine. Give respect to life. Give respect to birth. Be grateful. Show gratitude. We don't worship nothing. All right, y'all. I got a consultation I got to do. Got to get up off this phone because I'm sure that I went past the time that I was supposed to go, because I figured this live should have stopped by now and it hasn't, so I know I went past some shit. So look, I'm going to get off here. I really appreciate y'all. Love y'all. And check out my Cosmic Conscious Live series, which is going to start on YouTube. I'm not doing it here on Instagram. I'm going to do it on YouTube. It's called the rise of the. It's called Cosmic Consciousness. I'm going to speak about the rise of the cosmic consciousness, and we're going to go into it, and it's going to be a series of videos. Okay, then I'm going to be talking about a series of videos. All right. And these things are going to teach you guys, and you can do exercises. It's going to be more of a teachable type of course. So I'm looking forward to really getting down with that. But I really appreciate y'all for coming on board and listening to my live. Love y'all to death. Peace out.